Can't spoil specifically what's gonna change, but hey, look, we leveled up. We got a green screen. Look at this. Yeah, there we go. You guys can't see what I'm drinking. Make a Giga Shark eat you. That'll be the next time. We'll try to level up our production quality a little bit. Stream by stream. Crown wants the chance to battle. Yes, we will do some battles. So as usual, we'll start with a bit of Q&A, dev chat, relax. So it's been 1 week since our last dev stream. In the office, we have been working like crazy. So there's been a lot of chat in the Discord, and I think it's kind of fun to just talk about our sort of internal processes to a degree. So we kind of do things by what we call a milestone, and a milestone is typically about 3-ish weeks worth of working time. And then we have a week for, hardcore QA and submitting the game to the various stores and all that stuff, and then stuff goes live. And usually that lines up with new season. So at the moment, season 2 already has a bunch of really cool, really exciting stuff planned. I can't reveal anything on this stream, but potentially next stream, we can start talking about what our next hero is gonna be like and some of the other things that we are looking to get into the game. We're always just careful. We don't wanna bum anybody out by saying like, oh, we're gonna have this crazy thing, and then we don't get it into the game for whatever reason. Hey, it's Music's. Landshark is the best unit in the game, right? I think so. Although, so we've been doing some work on the punching bag event, and I can't spoil specifically what's gonna change, but I'll say that the bosses are looking better than ever. It's pretty sweet what we've done. So yeah, and there might be some other boss related things happening shortly after season 2 starts, but I can't say what. I can't say. I'm just the janitor. Okay, so now is the chance to ask a dev questions. Granted, I'm a janitor dev, but still, if you guys have any questions that you've been itching to ask and you haven't already asked in Discord, now's the time. Yeah, and punching bag is, we continue to design and push on it. We want to improve it as much as possible. It is very fun, but we would consider the current punching bag event like a V1. There's so much stuff we want to do with it. Like, we want to do custom bosses with different phases and all, like, we have so many ideas. It's just finding the time to do them, but we'll get there. Yes, and we'll transition to matches in a second here, or a minute, not a second, but let me put up my friend code and I'll type it into chat as well. And so feel free to add me as a friend, and then we can, when we get to friendly battles, you can do that. So we'll start accepting. Ooh, Trainer B.O.B wants to be my friend. Got Kingpin. Are my unit's abilities supposed to stop during God mode? Okay, so that's a good question. So punching bag is a tricky one because when we first designed it, there were a lot of strategies that could let you go infinite, right? It was actually really easy to do. We did it in the office like all the time with tons of builds. Over time, we had to introduce these new sort of like protections to stop players from going infinite, and the final version of that is God mode. So your unit abilities don't stop in God mode. What you might be experiencing is units like Buzzkill and Mechmaster have a cap to how many units they can spawn, and part of that was to help prevent infinite builds. If your unit abilities are actually stopping during God mode, and you can get like video of that, there could be a bug. So I'm not going to say 100% there isn't, but they should not be stopping. So let's see. If you nerf a card, would you ever consider refunding levels and gold? So that's unlikely, only because I don't think we'll ever nerf a card that bad, right, to justify refunding people currencies. So we will be tuning every single season. I think a game that is perfectly tuned is a boring game. Part of the fun of our game is like finding things that are kind of busted and an exploit almost. That is what we like in our game, and we want everyone to have that experience. But that does mean that we're going to be changing things up and tuning every season. So some units will inevitably get nerfed, some will get buffed, but unless a unit is like really problematic and we have to remove them from the game, I can't imagine we'd ever nerf something so bad that people are like, hey, we need all our stuff back or we're going to riot. So I'm pretty confident in saying that. And nerfing is really just to kind of help with the balance, not make something unusable, right? We actually were finishing up our tuning pass for season 2 this morning, and we have absolutely nerfed some units, but they're still usable. You can absolutely still take advantage of them in builds. They're just not as crazy powerful. Okay, what else? Here we go. What happens if you deny Trainer Bob from being your friend? I think he will send another request. I don't know, actually. I've asked that before and I can't. I try to know how every single thing in our game works, so I don't have an answer to that specifically. What's your ideal number of rounds you're looking for in a match? Well, it's less about rounds and more about time. So we really aimed for this game to be 3 to 5 minutes per match. I know sometimes it can go a little bit longer. We are continuing to talk about time for draft phase, for battle phase. I want to prop up a test where we speed up the battle portion. Obviously, we still want it to be readable and understandable, but we are continuing to evaluate that stuff. We also talk about, like, is 10 health too much? We even had the crazy conversation of, should both players just have 3 health, and no matter how many units survive, you just deal 1 damage. I don't love that version of our game because it kind of ruins the fun of, like, crazy builds where all 6 of your units survive and you deal a ton of damage. So, all right, lots of great questions. I'm going fast. Will there ever be another rare you get early on? I do like Land Shark, but since it's the only rare I have, it only gives me that in rare packs. We have plans for introducing new units, and they will be a mix of different rarities. And so the answer is yes. Right now, I couldn't tell you how many units we ultimately want in the game, but like as many as makes sense. I mean, right now we have 24. I would love to see our game with like 100, if that made sense. So yes, more units will be coming and we will have some rares. Can you share what features clans will add to the game? So not specifically right now. What clans will have on first release, because if you haven't heard me talk about it before, clans is going to release in 2 parts. We will have the base version of clans, which will be create a clan, you can join clans, you can kind of manage stuff, and then there will be a base set of things that you can do as a clan that will help you gain more resources, level up your units, all that kind of stuff. So I can't reveal the specifics yet, but it's cool. And then sometime after, hopefully very shortly after, we will release Clan Wars, and then you can start to do all the crazy stuff that we've got in store for that. All right, we're gonna go until 1:15 with questions, and then we'll do some battles. We got a Beans in here. We're very familiar with Clash Mini, RIP Clash Mini. We were excited for that game to release. Is it good that it didn't for us? Maybe, but yes. So more ways to make gold. Absolutely. So we have a ton of events that we've got designed that will offer more opportunities for rewards, things that you can do that don't involve, playing actual battles. We know that once you've collected your 4 packs for the day, if we don't have an event running, there's not a ton to do. We know this stuff. I play our game every single day. I get my 4 wins at a minimum, and I'm slowly climbing the ladder as a free-to-play player. So I feel exactly what you guys are experiencing. We have lots of new events planned. Some of them will be actual modes, so you can go in and do a thing and play. And then we're also talking about what we would call economy or meta events. So like a gold rush event, for example. So every win you get also gives you gold, right? All that kind of stuff is on the table. We need the time to get it in. But we're working on it. We're also continuing to tune our economy. So this is our first time as a team. So keep in mind, we have all been making games for a very long time. Me personally, I've been doing it for 12 years, which is very weird to say. We as a team, this is our first sort of mid-core title like this. Did I make the camera do it again? It's too sensitive. This is our first mid-core game, and mid-core economies are complicated. And so we are working on it. We are tuning things. You will see things change in price and value, and just hang tight with us. We're doing it all to make the best experience, not to steal money from you guys, I promise. We're all real gamers. We're making this game because we love making games, not because we want to take money from everybody. Obviously, we have to stay in business. We can't make a game if we don't have the business behind it. But yes, please trust that we care about what we're doing here, far beyond making money. So keep that in mind. Music's love. Yep, we love seeing the community grow too, and this is such a cool group so far. Really appreciate everyone that's joined and has been active. We've got some players that are playing the game way more than we could have ever guessed, and the feedback has been awesome, and I have a huge doc of all the feedback. I'm serious when I say I write it down, so we appreciate it. Personal favorite unit to use? I would say recently, that's a tough one. I really like Skeeter when you can make Skeeter work. On my free-to-play account, I don't have PlasmaBot yet, PlasmaBot Hero, but PlasmaBot Hero with like Skeeter and a big chunky unit and just getting a ton of energy is really fun to me. I would argue that technically my favorite class is Bruiser. Bruiser is working. It is so much fun. So, okay, Bean says, will you ever change the matchmaking where you play people who are your level? Yes. I think I've mentioned this before, but matchmaking is also something we are continuing to work on. It's actually a really, really complicated system. Like designing a well-functioning matchmaking system, especially when you have a small user base, is tough. So if we had 1 million people in the game already, it's easy. Like we could do it in 10 minutes, everything would change, but we're not there yet. So our current matchmaking system is complicated and a little weird because we just need to grow. We need to get more people into the game, and that takes time and money, and it will be a little slower for us because we're not a company like, name any giant studio that can spend insane amounts of money to pull players in. So we don't have that luxury. So we're doing it guerrilla style, I guess, which is a little bit slower. All right, and then we'll do last question. I will still try to answer questions while we battle, but last question for now. So Crown said, how soon will we see new units? So I can't say specifically, but we have, okay, I'll say this. Well, will I say this? Oh man, I gotta be careful here. I don't want to get busted. I'm not gonna reveal it. So we have a handful of new units ready. We need to kind of polish them up and finalize exactly what they do. And then we have new factions and new classes. How all of that will get released into the game is still a closely guarded secret. We are really excited for getting them in, and I think everyone's gonna be really happy about how we do it. It's gonna be super cool. And then, are there any plans for competitive tournaments? Yes, that is something that we have talked about a few times. It's pretty resource intensive, and how we support it is tricky, but yes, my dream is we host real tournaments. Like we're all fans of Clash Royale, and obviously Supercell does a lot of awesome stuff. I used to be like a hardcore Hearthstone player, and so like I went and watched a tournament live one time for Hearthstone. Like all that stuff is so fun, and we would love to be able to do that stuff. So the answer is yes, but when, I don't know. I've been blabbing a lot. Great questions. Thank you for all of them. It would be very awkward if there were none. So I appreciate the questions. Let's do some battles. So here we go. So I have Attack Bird as my hero, and we're gonna change to gaming. We're gaming now. Cool. All right. So this is Crown, right? No, this is X set. So what do we got? We have Attack Square, Heavy Hit, my bad. Okay, never hurts to get a Plasma Bot in the back. Ooh, yeah. And it looks like X set is doing the same thing. Hopefully it's not just a battle of Charger and Plasma Bot. Wow, what is this big chunky rock thing? I've never seen that unit played before. Okay, I think I'm only gonna take 1 damage hopefully here. Yep. Okay. So with Rock leading the charge here, we really want to try to lean into some early damage to get that taken care of. And I think what I'm gonna do for now, just to help level set, is I'm also gonna play Rock. I'm gonna save my energy. I was thinking about spawning a couple Attack Birds and benching them, but I think I'm gonna save that. So Charger gets the big hit, and Rock gets the big punch. Should be good here. What's interesting is Xset already has a 2-star Q, which is a little bit scary. It's gonna push through. That's all right. So I think I'm either gonna shoot for Striker here, or do I want to try to push for? Yeah, so we definitely go Striker. So because we got that, I was thinking of either going Striker or trying to push for Strategist, because we can get a little bit more health up front, a little bit more damage in the back, but we got the Striker first, and that's fine. The problem with that setup is now Dreadfin is pulling my Charger, so I'm not getting that first hit on Rock, which isn't ideal. What do we do about that? I know what we do about that. I'll show ya. Although that means Xset can definitely screen peek. Okay, so now I think we want to push for strategist. So this is good. So my strategist units would be Forge Master, Tempest, Dreadfin. I'm happy with Tempest in the back here. Let's check damage, 46, 82, 69, and 146. So I think we'll stick with that. And then let's get, if we can get these popped off quick enough. Okay, well, triple health rock, easy. Or double health, I should say. And then, you know what, for fun, let's do this. And what we want to do, so because this is heavy hit square, what you want to do is try to get some trash mobs up front to absorb the first attack, right? So I want like Dreadfin to attack an attack bird, and then that first triple damage attack is consumed, and that's good. So unfortunately, we have to deal with the boulder. And so this is looking decent. That Pew is a little scary, so double attack speed and attack Pew. But I think we're gonna tank through this just fine. And then what do we want to go for our 6th unit? I kind of want to get Giga Shark. Oh, there's Giga Shark. Streamer luck, right? Okay, so now I want to swap. So we have 82 damage, 69. So I want to swap Giga Shark with Rock. We're going to have Rock tank. And then I think for fun, probably would have been smarter to go for buffs, but we're going to do this again. And we're going to lead with attack birds. Let's get Tempest a little bit closer to help with the Dreadfin at the front. And then let's see what happens here. So we'll get the big chomp from Giga Shark, which is just going to help with that boulder. Yep, so that chunked it pretty hard. And I think we're gonna push through hard, and that should be GG. Cool. Good game, Xset. That was fun. And obviously, I'm talking about my strategy. I will admit, I am not the best player of our game. I think there are better players of this game than me, but sharing my thoughts and strategies. So GG. That was fun. All right, we're playing Crown now. Let's get a match in with Crown. All right, what do we got? Copy square. Okay, interesting. So do we want to try to flood? Interesting. So copy square is every couple of attacks. Is it 3 attacks? Every 5 attacks. Every 5 attacks, the unit attacking makes a copy of itself. And so there's 2 pews, and there's 3 pews, and there's 4 pews, and there's 5, and that should be it. Perfect. Okay, so this is a fun one. Because you can do some pretty nasty stuff with attack speed. And so that is what we want to be focused on. I'm questioning, do I go with Forge Master or Bomber? I think I'll just leave it as I have it. I think I'm good. Okay, so Crown has linked Rock with Pew. So a little bit scary, but I think because I'm gonna get so many pews as well. Oh boy, this is a close one. Not quite. Okay. So now we need to be thinking about how we counter that. I kind of want to get Breacher online, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to. So let's do this. Okay. My phone's blowing up. What's happening? Yeah, we gotta get over to Pew to deal with that. If we can overwhelm with the Mech Master, maybe we'll be okay. I don't think that's what's going to happen here. Oh, dude, 1 attack sooner, and oh, look at that. All right, there we go. We're still in it. Okay, we're going all attack speed. Let's do, I'm a little bit hesitant to get Defender online right now, but I think it's fine. And let's just tank with health. We'll leave them a little bit further back. And then I also kind of want to switch these 2. Actually, I want to switch all 3. So let's see what happens. Okay, so yes, my hope was to, by moving my Pew, I can target his, and so that's good. And hopefully we can get enough from Mech Master here. Yes. There we go. Okay, I think we're a couple units away from just breaking the game though. This poor computer is working hard right now. Okay, let's see if we can get Strategist online. So I'm gonna pass on that. Dang, that's a bummer. I misclicked and I cycled when I didn't mean to. Thank you, plebs, for basically moderating. Appreciate you. Okay, so let's see if Crown moved any units, because that last round, like, we had the advantage, so it doesn't look like it. So we'll get this. Yeah, and Crown, I think part of the problem you're having right now is you're linked to Rock, which is a defender unit, but you're leading with other units that are chunking down Rock's health before Rock gets to me. And so by the time like Rock is at the front, he's basically beat up, and I think I think that's hurting you a little bit. So GG though, that was fun. Okay, and then let's see if we can get one more match in with, okay, so we've got Meow. Let's see if that's still active. It is, let's go. And I know Tunic 5 still wanted to do a battle. We'll see if we can get one in. All right, so we're attack speed square. Okay, well, it never hurts to start with Forge Master. Good on the Rift. Now this is interesting. So I'm going to take Giga Shark here because one of Giga Shark's downsides is a very slow attack speed. Giga Shark, just damage per attack is the highest in the game, but he has a very slow attack speed. So let's see if we can take advantage of that. Although so far, I'm not seeing the benefit of Giga Shark in that square. And then I kind of want to just have this on standby. Oh, I'm playing. Okay, Meow is Burial, Tunic 5. Do we still have crew in TikTok? Awesome. All right, come on. This isn't working out for me. Okay, so clearly. Okay, we got it. Yeah, so let's get you out. Let's tank with Giga Shark this time. And let's see if we can do something like this. Oh, I didn't get the click in time. Dude, okay, here we go. So Dreadfin's doing some work. It's a little scary. And then we gotta worry about Forge Master, of course. But I think for fun, we're gonna lean into this build. So I don't really want to get Defender online. So what I think I'll go for are the other aggressor units, but I'm gonna get totally hosed right now, so. Also, I think I'm gonna put these guys in the back. So I'm putting him in the back because I don't want his Forge Master to get a ton of value right away. And so Charger gets the Giga Shark, and then we get the block with Mech Master. So now Tunic's got Sledger as their sped up unit, but I think we can hold him off for a little bit. So our Forge Master putting in work. It's good. Okay. Wow. That was like Forge Master was legit on 0 HP. That was crazy. So let's do damage, and then okay, we'll do damage. Fine. Actually, okay. So this is one of the other aggressor units, and so we're still. I'm mismanaging my energy here. So I'm down a unit, which is embarrassing. You know what? I'm gonna move Giga Shark. I want to tank that attack from Charger immediately. Yeah, that was a good move. So had I not moved my Giga Shark, that Charger would have hit my Tempest right away. So, and I think we can get some value from Forge Master, who's getting pushed. So not enough value. Okay. Interesting. And we got our other aggressor unit. So that's good old streamer luck there. And then the attack birds did nothing for me. So let's go health here. So another kind of interesting thing about our game is the sort of mind game of like moving units between rounds. So we thought a lot about this when we were designing the game. Some auto battlers don't let you move your units between rounds, and we just felt that it was more fun if you could. And so it turns into this kind of mind game. Also Tempest for the win right there. So we obviously have double health buff or double attack speed buff Tempest. So that was a big round. For fun, let's try this. So Bean says getting Forge Master could be better. Also, I really don't want to use Attack Bird Hero for this one because he has Forge Master. So we got to be careful. Let's see what Forge Master does. This was kind of just for fun. So I think Tempest was better, but we'll see. We're locked onto the rock immediately, or the boulder. So Forge Master's dead. And it's going to be a close one. Oh my gosh, come on. Wow, okay. So right there, I was just saved by the ability from Pow. So Pow pushed my Tempest out of attack range, which meant he retargeted the Sledger, which helped me survive that. So that would have been GG had that not happened. So let's see if we can get one more buff. Perfect. So we're all in on damage on our back row. We have Strategist online. So Strategist, the back 2 rows is damage, front 2 rows is health. So we're trying to tank with Rock here, or with Giga Shark. And then I kind of thought about putting Mechmaster back on the tile, but I'm worried about his Forge Master just shredding me as a result. So the unfortunate thing there, for some reason my Tempest locked onto the POW right away, which was not ideal. There it is. That was a close match. GG. Super fun. Super fun. So yeah, we got 3 different modifiers in there. That was awesome. Beans would like to battle. All right, Beans, for you, we're going to do a battle. And then we're going to wrap up, guys. So Beans versus Dev Michael. Let's see what happens. Oh, no modifier. Good luck. All right. Let's do this. I don't like what I have. Okay, so this gets a strategist right away, which is just fine. So interestingly, Beans is playing Buzzkill Hero. So that's what I'm using on my production account because I got lucky and pulled Buzzkill from a pack, which is fun. So I'm happy I don't have to deal with some Plasma Bot stuff. So I think for fun, are we just going all in on strategist? Let's see why not. Let's put you over here. So I'd really like to... I want to try to stun. So, man. So Beans is smart. Beans is a high-level player. He has 7,200 battle points. So I was hoping if Beans had left Skeeter on the right side there, I would try to deny some of the energy production with Plasma Bot. So I misread that, though. We're fine. It was an interesting bug that I just saw. So I think for fun, we're going to get Skeeter out as well. Do damage here. So what we're really chasing is our 4th strategist unit. So our 4th strategist unit is Forge Master, which I don't think is going to help a ton, just because Beans isn't playing anything that really like spawns units or whatever. So what I'm worried about is Beans is doing some tricky. So he's lost 3 rounds now. So I know that Beans has got 3 Buzzkill abilities queued up, and so there's our strategist. And then we can also maybe get Aggressor online. I actually want to switch out Skeeter. So now that we have Forge Master, so actually I take back what I was saying. It's good for me to have Forge Master right now because of the Buzzkill Hero. So I'm anticipating that either this round, yep, I was going to say either this round or next round, Beans is going to drop a bunch of Buzzkill flowers. And it looks like he's going into a Scavenger Defender build, which is interesting. So let's see if my decision to switch over to Forge Master, nope, did not save me. So let's get Skeeter back out. I'm going to keep Skeeter just for the booster effect. And then what I really want is... Yeah, I was going to say, what I really want is damage for Forge Master. So that really is going to be the primary counter now. I mean, I have 3 AoE units. So I have Bomber, Tempest, Forge Master, but... yeah, what we need to do is get rid of Rock as fast as possible. And the way Scavenger works, if you guys aren't familiar, is every friendly unit that dies heals your other like units that are still alive. So let's see here. I think we're doing a lot better this round. And yeah, so plebs, that is actually something that we need to. It's on our current list of work, which is GG Beans. In friendly battles, we need to zero out your hero abilities as well. They are not currently. We consider that a bug. So Scavenger does work for bees, yes. So that is a fun interaction. So you can get Mech Master, Buzzkill, and have Buzzkill Hero, and Scavenger will work for those. So that was GG though. Good game. That was fun, Beans. Okay, everyone. This has been a great stream again. Make sure you tell your friends and family about the stream. And I think that'll be it for today. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll be at my desk shortly to hang out in the Discord and get my job done. All right, have a good one. We'll see you soon.